Okay, hello. Today is September 23rd, 2025. I got a new camera today. So it's pretty cool. I feel like it's shooting a lot better quality. Things just look cinematic. They look a lot better than they did on the front-facing iPhone camera. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about today is the idea that you're probably not tired, you just crave distraction. So, a couple of days ago, I watched an interesting video on, I guess, like how to focus, how to learn anything a lot quicker. And one thing that really stuck out to me and that I kept on remembering over the past couple of days is that your brain doesn't get tired like a muscle does. It's it's a very interesting contrast, or it's a very interesting idea to compare and contrast like the physical body and then the mental. And a lot of things are similar. I feel like if you believe in growth mindset, which I feel like you should, then you can train your brain to be better. You can train your focus to be stronger, just like how you would train a muscle to be stronger, like you train on bench to increase your bench. So like you can train your brain to be sharper, smarter, focus better, and obviously learn new things and learn how to do things better because we've all done that before, so we all know it's true. But the thing that they said is that your brain doesn't get tired the same way that a muscle does. So in my experience, I feel like this is pretty true. Like if you go to the gym and you work out, whatever, you hit bench press, or like let's say you do pull ups. At first, I can do like 20, then 18, then 16, then 14, 10, 8, 6, 5, not even one at some point. If you really push yourself that hard, your brain doesn't do that, right? If you do one problem, it's not like you do one math problem or like one homework problem and then the second one is harder or anything like that, and you do it slower because you're performing less optimally, and then the third is harder, and then by the time you get to like problem 6 you just can't think at all. Like that's not true. Honestly, I would probably argue the opposite, because once you get into like a flow state, a state of actual concentration, then it just becomes easier and easier to do the problems instead. So like for me personally, doing the first problem is hard because I'm not like in the swing of things, I'm not warm, all that, and then you get focused, and then once you're actually focused, you just doing, and from what I've seen, it's not like my brain isn't tired. I just really want a distraction. And there's obviously exceptions to this. So, me personally, obviously, and for everybody else too, not just me. If you don't get enough sleep, or like right now it's 12:12 a.m., I was just at the library and I was tired. So, I could tell like I wasn't reading the textbook as freshly as I would be in the morning. So obviously, like physical things like sleep affect your brain just like they would your physical body. And then for me, food really heavily affects my brain. So if I eat something that's bad for me, or like any refined carbs or sugars, or just overeat on anything in general, then it becomes a lot harder to think. But if I stay like moderately fasted, moderately not full, and I have enough sleep and I have enough recovery, then it really does seem like there's no limit. Like it's not like my brain is going to get tired. It's usually for me it's food and sleep that make me tired, but not the actual amount of work I've been doing. Like I said, I would actually argue that once you get into the swing of things, that work becomes easier, which is the exact opposite of when you're on like set 4 of an exercise at the gym. So I just thought that was an interesting thought. your brain doesn't get tired. You just want distraction. So by the time like hour 1 or 2 kicks in or whatever, like even minute 15 kicks in, like when I was doing my homework today, my brain is telling me, "Oh, you're hungry. I'm hungry. I should go get a snack." And then I realized, no, I'm like really not that hungry. I just want to get up from my desk and do something else. Or like, "Oh, you've done enough work. You can go on your phone." And like, "Oh, you need to check this thing. You need to go check your email. It might be important. You need to go check this app. It might be important. Oh, you need to buy this on Amazon." Like any distraction to pull away from your work. But like, they're just distractions, right? Your brain's not tired. You don't have any real valid excuses, as in like I need a break, let's say, to do to pull away from your work, right? It's all mental. You're not actually tired. Your brain is faking tired to try to avoid to do work. So I thought that was interesting. I would agree with the point that you don't actually get mentally tired the same way a muscle does. So you can keep going and studying and focusing for a lot longer than you think you really can. But it's the distractions that creep in instead. Your brain tells you you need to go do this instead. You need to go do this instead. You're hungry. You need to go eat. You don't have to listen to that, right? You just have to understand that these are your mind's way of trying to get out of doing something moderately uncomfortable, moderately mentally uncomfortable. And if you can understand that, it's a little bit easier to ignore those feelings because you know that they're not really true. So I just wanted to test out the camera today. That's why I'm recording this. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the audio is and all that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to these. I will probably make, well, I've been saying this for a little bit, more structured videos, but maybe I go over this topic again with some more clarity, or I don't know, maybe I document some trips or some things I'm doing in my life, because I want to use this camera a little bit more. I think it's cool. So we'll see what happens. I'll post anything here. It's my channel, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for getting through to the end of this. Leave any comments or thoughts. I'll reply to all of them. And yeah, thank you for watching and good night.